The USDA organic seal costs more. It signals cleaner farming, fewer chemicals, and a supply chain you can trust. That is what the seal promises, and for millions of American households paying a premium for that promise, the assumption is that the seal is enough. It is not always enough. And in January 2026 alone, 3 separate FDA and USDA recall events involved products carrying the certified organic label, one for salmonella contamination, one for plastic and paper fragments in organic baby biscuits, and one for a potential salmonella risk in organic moringa capsules distributed nationally through Whole Foods, Target, and Amazon. 3 recalls, 1 month, all organic labeled. The $43 billion organic food industry in America operates under a certification system that, by the USDA's own documented history, has allowed fraudulent products to move through the supply chain, allowed prohibited pesticide residues to appear on tested organic samples, and collected fines of as little as $11,000 per violation from fraudsters profiting in the millions. Today's investigation examines 7 organic food categories where the label is not delivering what the consumer paid for, and 3 where it demonstrably is. The organic seal carries real standards, but it is not a guarantee of perfection. As the data shows, gaps exist between certification and what actually reaches your plate. That's why understanding the system matters more than trusting the label blindly. When you know where enforcement falls short, you can make smarter, more deliberate choices about what deserves the premium and what doesn't. If this breakdown added clarity, take a second to like it and share it with someone who relies on organic labels. Awareness is the difference between informed decisions and expensive assumptions. Follow for the next part where we break down the 7 organic food categories where these certification gaps show up the most and what to choose instead. 7 organic foods to reconsider. Number 1. Organic chia seeds, specifically imported varieties. On January 23, 2026, Navitas Organics, based in San Rafael, California, voluntarily recalled select lots of its 8-ounce organic chia seeds following notification from its supplier of potential salmonella contamination. The FDA published the recall. Products had been distributed nationally through Whole Foods Market, Target, Amazon, iHerb, and Vitacost.com. No illnesses were reported, and the recall was precautionary, but it illustrates a documented vulnerability in the organic superfood supply chain. The USDA organic seal governs how chia seeds are grown. It does not govern every step of post-harvest handling, transportation, drying, and storage in the supply chain between an overseas organic farm and the sealed pouch on the shelf of a natural foods retailer. Salmonella does not care whether the seeds were grown without synthetic pesticides. It establishes itself in warm, humid processing environments that are invisible to certification audits conducted at the farm level.
Number 2. Organic moringa and green superfood supplements. On January 28, 2026, Why Not Natural recalled its organic moringa green superfood capsules, distributed nationwide through Amazon and third-party online retailers from July 2025 through January 2026 for potential salmonella contamination. The FDA initiated the recall after identifying a potential microbial risk during an investigation into other products containing moringa powder, which had already led to recalls of moringa supplements from additional brands, including Food to Live and Members Mark. Multiple brands, the same contamination pathway. Organic moringa powder is typically sourced from tropical growing regions, dried, milled, and encapsulated through a supply chain that spans multiple countries and multiple handlers. The USDA organic certification applies to the growing stage. Number 3. Organic baby biscuits and processed organic infant snacks. On January 26, 2026, Gerber Products Company, owned by Nestlé SA, headquartered in Vevey, Switzerland, with over $93 billion in annual revenue, recalled limited batches of Gerber organic arrowroot biscuits nationally
after discovering the potential presence of soft plastic and paper fragments that should not be present in a food product. The contamination originated from an arrowroot flour supplier. Number 4. Organic spinach. Conventional and organic both flagged. The EWG's 2026 Shopper's Guide to Pesticides in Produce, released March 24, 2026, analyzed 54,344 samples of 47 fruits and vegetables from USDA Pesticide Data Program testing. Spinach held the top spot on the 2026 Dirty Dozen for the second consecutive year, the produce item with the highest pesticide residue by weight among conventionally grown crops. The 2026 report introduced a landmark finding. PFAS pesticides were detected on 63% of all Dirty Dozen produce samples. The most frequently detected pesticide across all tested fruits and vegetables was fludioxonil, a PFAS fungicide. 3 of the 10 most frequently detected pesticides across all produce meet the internationally recognized definition of PFAS. Here is the documented problem with organic spinach specifically. The EWG and independent testing have consistently found that organic produce near conventional farms.
Number 5. Organic imported strawberries. Strawberries rank in the top 5 of the 2026 EWG Dirty Dozen, number 3 on the list, for the highest pesticide contamination levels among conventionally grown produce. The conventional case for buying organic strawberries is strong. They have thin, edible skin with no peel to remove and no barrier to surface pesticide absorption. But the organic label on imported strawberries carries a specific documented vulnerability. The USDA does not require importers to produce organic certificates for each individual shipping container. This creates an import documentation gap that federal investigators, the National Organic Coalition, and the USDA's own Inspector General have all flagged. Organic strawberries imported from Mexico, a major U.S. supplier, travel through a certification and inspection system with fewer digital chain of custody safeguards than the European Union's electronic certification model. Number 6. Organic grain-based cereals and breakfast products with commodity supply chains. The largest documented organic fraud in U.S. history, the $128 million scheme sentenced in federal court, centered on organic corn and soybeans used as feed and food ingredients. Prosecutors stated the fraud may have involved up to 7% of all organic corn grown in the U.S. in 2016 and 8% of all organic soybeans. These grains flow directly into organic breakfast cereals, granola bars, corn-based snacks, and processed organic grain products sold at premium prices at every major natural foods retailer in America. The consumer buying an organic cornflake cereal or organic grain-based granola bar has no way to verify from the label whether the corn in that product came from a certified domestic organic farm or from a conventional field whose grain was fraudulently commingled with certified organic grain at a handling facility. Number 7. Organic olive oil, imported and unverified. Organic olive oil is one of the most frequently adulterated food products in the world. The issue is not farming practice. It is what happens between the olive grove and the bottle. Multiple independent investigations, including a UC Davis study and reports by the North American Olive Oil Association, have documented that imported extra virgin and organic olive oils are routinely adulterated with cheaper refined oils, sometimes conventional canola, sunflower, or lower-grade olive oil, before being bottled and labeled as organic extra virgin. The USDA organic certification covers the olives and the pressing. It does not independently verify the chemical composition of every batch in the bottle. For a product that commands a 40 to 60% premium over conventional olive oil, specifically because of the organic and extra virgin claims, the documented adulteration rate in imported varieties, estimated by independent testing
at between 60 and 70% of tested imported extra virgin samples in multiple studies is the defining concern.
3 organic categories that hold up. Here is what organic certification looks like when it is both meaningful and verifiable. Organic avocados, pineapples, and Clean 15 produce. The EWG's 2026 Clean 15 identified the 15 conventionally grown produce items with the lowest pesticide contamination. Avocados, sweet corn, pineapples, papaya, onions, frozen sweet peas, asparagus, cabbage, cauliflower, watermelon, mangoes, bananas, carrots, mushrooms, and kiwi. Nearly 60% of Clean 15 samples had 0 detectable pesticide residues. When you buy the organic version of Clean 15 produce, you are paying the organic premium for a product whose conventional version was already among the cleanest in the food supply. But more importantly, for the specific dirty dozen items at the top of the pesticide risk list, organic certification for domestic spinach, kale, and strawberries from farms whose supply chain you can geographically verify is the most evidence-backed purchasing decision the 2026 EWG data supports. The second verified safe category is certified organic domestic dairy, specifically USDA certified organic pasture-raised milk and dairy products from domestic producers with published third-party testing. The organic certification for dairy is among the most enforceable and most meaningful of any food category. It governs not just feed composition, but access to pasture, prohibition of synthetic growth hormones, and prohibition of routine antibiotic use. 100% grass-fed, certified organic, New York, and Alexandra Family Farm, A2/A2 certified, organic, California, publish their sourcing transparently and have maintained continuous organic certification without recall history. For dairy specifically, the organic certification system performs most reliably because the production unit is a farm with animals under continuous oversight, not a commodity grain moving through a multi-country supply chain. The third verified safe category is certified organic whole fruits and vegetables from domestic producers, purchased in season from farms whose certification is verifiable through the USDA's publicly accessible Organic Integrity Database. The Organic Integrity Database lists every USDA-certified operation in the country, including the specific certifying agent, the date of certification, and the scope of what is covered. A consumer who wants to verify that the organic apple in their cart came from a genuinely certified domestic farm can look up the producer in that database in under 30 seconds. For domestic organic whole produce, not imported, not processed, not powder supplemented, the USDA certification system is most enforceable, most traceable, and most consistently delivers the pesticide and synthetic input reduction it promises. Before you pay extra for that organic label, make sure it actually protects what you're buying. Certification starts at the farm, but your food passes through many hands before it reaches your kitchen. That's where risks can still appear. Always check the source, the level of processing, and recent recall history. A higher price doesn't automatically mean higher safety. Smart buying is informed buying. If this helped you see labels differently, don't keep it to yourself. Like this post, share it with someone who shops organic, and follow for more breakdowns that cut through marketing and focus on facts. Next, we're digging into protein powders, what testing really shows versus what labels claim. Stay tuned.